before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and...
Have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
What's up, guys? So Maleficent is directed by Robert Stromberg, and this is his first film. This is his directorial debut, and he also did some visual effects work on films such as The Hunger Games and Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End and Life of Pi, and films like that. So going into this, I was really expecting to see, Maleficent's backstory and how she turned into the mistress of all evil. So going in it, I was excited to see what happened, because as a kid she was one of my favorite Disney villains, aside from like Ursula and Frollo and Gaston and stuff like that. So going in, I was excited. And once the film starts, you definitely get that backstory, but I'm not going to lie to you, you only get that for the first 20 minutes of this film. First 20 minutes is the backstory on how Maleficent turned evil. But what this film does is it takes the animated classic Sleeping Beauty and spits on it, craps on it, and changes the whole entire thing. Changes the whole entire story. So basically what happens is Maleficent has these wings. Okay, she has these wings, these great powerful wings, and they get taken from her by someone, I'm not going to spoil, but they get taken from her, so she wants to seek revenge. So what she does is she goes to the baby's christening, Aurora's christening, and she casts a spell on her, and she curses her to, when she turns 16, on her 16th birthday, she's going to prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and sleep. That's what she says. She says sleep in this film. In the original classic, she says she's gonna die. She's gonna prick her finger and she's gonna die. In this film, she says a sleep like death. Alright, which is one of the things they changed, one of the liberties they took, which I was okay with that aspect of this film. But, Maleficent is, in my opinion, she's basically the mascot of Disney villains. And when you go into this, you really expect her to be the villain and how she became this villain. But what they do is, like I said, they took so many liberties and they changed everything with the original classic. Maleficent is not the villain anymore. She is literally evil for one scene in this film, and that is the christening scene, to where she comes in and puts the spell on the baby. And personally, I don't really think that scene fit in with the film at all, because, that was classic Maleficent, and Angelina Jolie plays her wonderfully. That christening scene is the scene to where she's playing classic Maleficent, evil Maleficent, the mistress of all evil. The whole rest of the film is changed. She's the good guy, and actually the villain in the film, Aurora's father. And honestly, I did not even really get why he was doing what he was doing. It was a stupid reason. It was just crappy, in my opinion. And the King's storyline and his character arc and his emotional journey through the film, I thought it was just ridiculous. Speaking of another liberty they took with the film is the three fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They changed their names for some strange reason. Everybody else's name in the film is the same, but they decided to change the names of the fairies, which it just bewilders me. I don't understand why they did that. It's just like, there's just many unnecessary changes in this film. Especially the last 20 minutes of the film was ridiculous. I just hated it. I hated the climax of the film. It was just so ridiculous. I didn't buy into it. It was just nothing to what I grew up with. And I wasn't a fan of it at all. Now, the score by James Newton Howard is fine. That's one of the things I do have to say good about the film. The score is good, it's fun, it's original, it's emotional, and that is fine, along with Angelina Jolie's performance. Like I said, she plays the role absolutely fantastic. She's great. Elle Fanning is in the film as Aurora. She plays Sleeping Beauty, and she's good. She really didn't bother me. She was fine. I think that she did the role pretty good. And if you were wondering, if you were expecting this great climax, this battle with the forces of evil with Prince Philip versus, Maleficent's dragon, That's one of the liberties they took. That you don't see that. And speaking of Prince Philip, he is totally pissed away in this film. We see him for maybe 2 minutes in the entire movie, and honestly, he's just in there to be shoehorned in there. I think he didn't even need to be in the film for the storyline that they took, the ridiculous, bogus storyline that they took. He shouldn't have even been in there. Prince Philip, the one who awakens Sleeping Beauty at the end. Well, guess what? That doesn't happen either. I'm not spoiling it for you. I'm just saying they took a lot of liberties, and I wasn't a fan. I was angry. At the end of this film, I was angry. Personally, in my opinion, what this film should have been is the backstory of how Maleficent became Maleficent, how she became evil. How did that happen? And you only get that for the first 20 minutes, and then basically it's just a Sleeping Beauty reboot. That's basically what this film is. You know, I would have liked it to where they started off as Maleficent, you know, as a child or whatever, and she's growing up and she becomes this evil person, this evil witch, this evil fairy, or whatever you want to call her. I just wish that that's the way they handled it, and then the end of the film should have been right at that christening scene to where she just is evil and she's getting her revenge on whoever she's getting her revenge on, and then the film ends. I think that's how it should have ended, instead of the bogus crap that we got in this film. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. It's probably the biggest disappointment of the whole entire year for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. This movie, it sucked. I didn't like it. 1.5 out of 5 stars for Maleficent. One of my favorite Disney villains. You know, personally, I'm just going to forget that this film even happened. I'm probably not going to get it on Blu-ray. I'm just going to forget about it. The original classic is in my mind. That's the storyline that I like, and that's what I grew up with, and that's what happened, instead of this bogus rebooted crap that they decided to give us in this movie. So, yeah, guys, comment your thoughts on Maleficent. Did you like it? If you did, comment. Don't be afraid to comment. If you liked it, please tell me. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about the film, because, you know, just because I didn't like it, hey, you're free to your own opinion. So if you liked it, please comment and tell me, or do you agree with me? Comment regardless and tell me your thoughts on this film. Please subscribe to this channel, because I do Blu-ray unboxings. If you're just coming in for the first time, I do film reviews, obviously. There's Disney Infinity updates, Power Disc updates for that game. So yeah, please subscribe for that. And guys, once again, thank you for watching this review of Maleficent. And once again, I hope you subscribe. Over and out.
Is it true? Are you Maleficent?